Yo, what's up, YouTube? It's your boy Young Black. Uh, Decided to make a video for the Wii U. I'm gonna do a console review, and I'm gonna do an overall review of a couple games, some short reviews, because they're not really that in depth to talk about. Because a lot of stuff for the Wii U right now is not really too in depth, well, at least not the games that I got. And there's still some games that I haven't even opened yet and got to because I've been busy. But I did manage to get to a couple of games. Um, Overall, I'm gonna say the console is at least a good 8 out of 10. I'm pretty happy with what Nintendo did. This console is more than capable of providing full gaming experiences. We're gone are the days of just sitting around waiting for the next Zelda, waiting for the next Mario. This thing is going to be able to run real Madden, real NBA 2K for you guys that do play sports. I don't. Um, um, the Call of Duty games, all those games are going to be able to come over to this thing. My only thing about this, the Wii U itself is not to say the lifespan is going to be short, but when the next two other next generation systems come out, the new PlayStation and the new Xbox, graphically this thing's going to get left in the dust because it's basically a generation system, but it has just HD graphics and it's running games that are maybe of a smaller, higher caliber than the current PS3 and Xbox 360, but not by that much. Okay, the higher caliber is only in the not in the graphics, but in the way you play the games with this thing, and it does feel very innovative in certain games, and in certain games it does feel like a gimmick. Okay, but overall, I gotta say this thing is most definitely worth the money. It has the best internet browser on any of the consoles. It's better than the PS3's internet browser. The Xbox 360 doesn't have an internet browser, so we're not even gonna get into that. But this does have the best internet browser. YouTube videos and everything work right on this screen. You have to go to the web browser itself and use YouTube. You can't go to the application for YouTube like they have now on the consoles now, the application for YouTube, which does work very well on your TV, puts out HD quality graphics, HD quality video with no problem. I gotta say that this thing is most definitely worth going to spend the 350 on. I'm not really into the social networking thing, so I haven't really did the Miiverse and all that stuff. Not really my type of thing. So I really haven't been drawing pictures and making posts about it. Not my type of thing. I'm personally a personable gamer. I play games for me by myself. I say this to you guys all the time. I don't play games to play with other people. Not too often. It depends on what it is. Like if it's a online grinding loot hoarding RPG or something like that, then you might catch me on there because I'm really deep into RPGs. Like I love Borderlands. Right now I'm playing through Borderlands 1 so I can go into Borderlands 2 because I'm just that type of completionist of a gamer. Even though I beat Borderlands 1, I want to beat it again because it's been so long before I even go into Borderlands 2, which is also still in the wrapper, brand new. Which is makes it slower. My game pace of playing games and getting stuff out to you guys makes it a little slower, but that's just the way I'm comfortable doing it. I don't want to feel like I'm missing anything. I just want to get a rekindle anything. But anyway, back to the Wii U. The controller for this thing, I hear people saying it's really flimsy. It does not feel cheap at all. It has weight to it. The buttons feel nice and comfortable. It even has two speakers on it that work very, very, very well. Um, if I say again, I'm gonna hang myself. But anyway, playing games on the screen or on the TV is just about the same quality. The screen is a little more less resolution than it is on the full screen, which means this is not in full HD screen, LED screen. It can't be because the graphics do look like they cut down a lot. Now, when it comes to games that are current gen that are out now on PlayStation 3 and Xbox and all of those that they do have on there that I bought just to compare it to a game that's on the Xbox 360 and PS3 and also on the Wii U was Batman. Even though I have this game already, I bought it again just to compare it to see what it would look like on this system compared to the PS3. And I gotta say, it's damn near perfect. Okay, it does have a little bit of frame rate issues in certain spots, but I think that could be fixed with a patch easily if Nintendo wanted to. But if they don't, it's not that big of an issue to really go in that deep. It's so slight. It's so slight with the frame rate issues, But the game itself is an awesome game. But like I said, this is one of them games. Ooh, I'm about to drop all my games. This is one of them games where they use the pad in a gimmicky way, and I knew that before I bought it. But I mean, they really do. They try to make you feel more like Batman by doing stuff by decrypting locks and all that type of stuff with the little mini games on the pad. Um, exploding explosive gel by using the pad. You gotta set the explosive gel, then hold the pad up, hold the button, and then gotta move Batman back and then tap the screen. It just feels awkward to me and unnecessary, so I don't really use the screen for all of that type of stuff. But certain things it does feel kind of cool, like when you use the remote batarang, you get the view from on the screen on the Wii U screen instead of the TV screen, which I'm pretty sure you might be able to fix that back. Batman is also one of the games you actually can play on the pad instead of the television if you wanted to, but I haven't tried that yet. But besides that, if you haven't played this game yet and you got a Wii U, which I mean most people probably have played this by now, go pick this up. The next game I'm gonna talk about is New Super Mario Brothers U. Now I'm gonna say this about this game. I thought this was just gonna be another Mario game, another rehash of the Super Mario, the last Super Mario game they made for the Wii, which I don't even remember what it was called. Super Mario, the New Super Mario Brothers, or whatever the hell it was called. This is like the best Super Mario Brothers game they've released in like the past 10 years easily. It is so reminiscent to the Super Nintendo Mario days where they have the top-down map for you to walk around and select stages and unlock little bonus areas and go to the Mushroom House and you can store items on the bottom of the screen and then use them before you go. It's so much like a menage to the Super Nintendo Mario days, which is the best Mario days to me. You know, Mario 3 and all of that was amazing Mario game, probably the best Mario game. This right here is got to be right behind it. I mean, this is an awesome, awesome Mario game, and it's in full HD now. And Mario in full HD, let me tell you guys, it does look amazing. I don't care what anybody says. That's a reason enough to buy this game. If you're a Mario fan, this is the Mario for you. For any Mario-aholic that's looking for a good old school type of Mario play game. I mean, even Yoshi and everything feels like Super Mario World. I mean, it feels like Super Mario 3 mixed with Super Mario World put together. That's what it reminds me of. Those are like two of the best regular side-scrolling Mario games that they ever made, if you ask me. Now, the next game I've been playing a lot of, which is maybe an unorthodox game. I really don't play. This is a game that there's a couple iterations of it. I mean, there's been a lot of these racing games like this, but this is the first one I bought because somebody told me that the other one was really fun. So I decided to give this one a chance. And I haven't played an arcade racing game in a long time, and that's Sonic All-Stars Transform, Sonic All-Star Racing Transform, when it says it has bonus edition because it has like little extras because it's the Wii U version. So it's like you bought the best version that you can get is on the Wii U. I mean, they do have this for PlayStation 3 and Xbox 360, but they say this is the best version that you can get of it because it has extra stuff that's in the game that's not in the other versions of the game. This game is amazingly fun. I was really shocked when I played this. I opened it up and I played it for at least an hour and a half without putting the controller down. The controls are tight. The racing is amazingly fun. It even has some Mario Kart elements to it where you can use boosts and weapons, which is common in these games now. But still, I felt like this game did it a lot better than some other games have done when they try to make this type of a game. So that's basically it for my review for these three games in the console. There's really not much to go along. I mean, I do have the Pro controller. Hold on one second. Matter of fact, I'll get it for you guys. Right, this is the new Pro controller, which is without a doubt, I'll tell people, as you can see, it's all smudgy. That's another thing about this console. If you get it in black, it's gonna get smudged like crazy, man. It's a fingerprint magnet, as they say. Even though I hate saying that because everybody says that, but that's the best way to describe it. This thing absorbs and places fingerprints on it like a murder victim. I mean, for real, it's really that bad. Like, if you just want to wipe it off after every time you play because you can see everything on the controller. Look, my son's been playing. Like, I bought him Transformers Prime, which is really good. Look at all that dirt and grime on the controller from him playing. And this is just from yesterday, so I mean, every day I clean. I just haven't gotten around to it today. But what I was saying was this is beyond possibly the best wireless controller I've seen on all three consoles. Well, out of all the consoles that are out currently. Not because of the form or the functionality, even though I'm glad they went with the classic kind of analog sticks evened up and the face buttons, the digital pad and the buttons on the bottom. I'm really happy they went with that. These buttons aren't pressure sensitive, which is something else I've been hearing a lot of gripes and crap about, that the buttons on this and on the pad are not pressure sensitive. So if you're playing a racing game and you want to like decelerate slowly by letting off the gas, by letting off the button a little bit, it doesn't work. These buttons only recognize on and off. They recognize either they're being pressed or they're not being pressed. You cannot slightly press them at all, which I'm pretty sure this year at some point they're going to release another version of this control pad with pressure sensitive buttons, because there's a lot of stuff in games now that require that. So I'm hoping that they do that, or it's going to really undermine the development of some of the other games, because they don't realize how important that is. I've seen a lot of games that use that very importantly, like recently Hitman Absolution is a game that uses that in a very realistic way to make the guns feel more realistic when you have to take a precision shot. You know, it just feels like you're more in control of the game and of what the character really is about and what he's doing. You know, so that's important. That is an important aspect of games. Um, but this right here is amazing though for what it does. I can't front. Like, it has a headphone jack, has real speakers on it, a frontal camera, gyro sensor, rumble, all that built into this thing. I mean, this the controller itself looks so intricate. It feels like you could have paid $250 just for the controller. And to be honest, you might have. I think a lot of the technology, I mean, it's in the system, but they worked out real hard on this controller. A lot of the money is in this controller. It just feels like it and it looks like it. There's just a lot of stuff going on there. But back to this controller. This controller is really, really comfortable. It feels like what it's supposed to feel like. It feels like if they, which they are, I'm praying God that Capcom comes back and makes fighting games for this system too, and we can get some special stuff like maybe Mario or Zelda in the next Street Fighter game or something like that. That'd be freaking amazing, you know, because this controller feels like it would work very well with a fighting game or a first-person shooter game, which I know everybody's telling me how good Call of Duty Black Ops 2 is on here, but I don't play Call of Duty Black Ops, so we're not even going to go into that, okay? But another thing is the controller has the best charge time of all the wireless controllers that are on the market right now. This thing has an 80-hour charge time, okay, which blows the Xbox 360 and the PS3 controllers out of the water easily. 80 hours. I mean, you could just sit there for days, use this thing, and put it down, pick it up, put it down, pick it up, and you won't have to charge it maybe once or twice a month, depending on your usage and how much you really game. If it was up to me for the price of the Wii U, I'm very happy with the pricing. $350, I believe, and well, yeah, is it 350 or 250? I think it's 350, and then no, 300 and 350. That's the prices. To me, it makes a lot of sense to get the 350 one. I hear a lot of people saying not to, because you could just put a portable hard drive in. But who wants to go to the store and spend extra money on day one after you spend all the money on the system, the game? You just want to go home and play. So I advise you to get the black one, unless you have hard drives laying around and you've planned for it already. I would most definitely go get the big collector bundle or whatever they call it, the black Wii U bundle. It makes deluxe set. It makes more sense to me. Even though after you install stuff, you do have a lot less space on the hard drive. But all these games that I've played so far, they've saved on the console with no problem. If you get the white one, you probably wouldn't even had enough space to save maybe two of these games, if two of them. Okay, so I don't understand why Nintendo would do that. I don't like that they made the system and then they didn't give you enough hard drive space in the white one and didn't say, oh, well, we expected you to go. Don't expect me to do anything. Expect me to buy the console, go home and play the games after I buy your games in the console. That's it. Don't tell me you're expecting me to go buy something else out the box, because that's bullshit. Okay, Nintendo. So I didn't like that too much. But besides that, overall, I give the system a 8 out of 10. Just because I'm constantly using the internet browser. I mean, not just using the internet browser on the TV. I'm using it on the screen a lot while I'm watching TV or watching a TV show. I can Google stuff, and maybe something I see on the TV immediately I can just go boop and just grab it, and it's just really accessible, and it changes the way you use your gaming equipment dramatically. At least for me, it has. But besides that, real gamers stand up, and I'm gonna be making some more videos for you guys too, because I'm tired of not having nothing for you guys to look at.